The bloom, a foul contagion of untold malice, consuming all in its path. We are powerless against it. We call upon you now, in our darkest hour. O hunters of demons, strike down this corruption, for it is your duty.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and today we're going to talk about Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. The gameplay reveal trailer has finally been showcased and it doesn't show a lot, but it shows enough for us to be able to dissect. I'm also pretty excited about this game because I play Grey Knights on the tabletop, so this has been like big hype for me for a long time. So let's not waste any more time and jump right in.
The bloom, a foul contagion of...
We'll stop right here as this already says it's pre-alpha in-game footage, and if that's the case, that looks absolutely freaking amazing. That's a Noctilith crown, but we've never really seen one Nurglified. The normal standard miniature is that of Chaos Undivided, which looks absolutely awesome, but this is just something special, like wow.
Untold malice, consuming all in its...
The only good Cadian is a dead Cadian, so it's nice to see that the developers think the same. Though I've got to say, everything looks pretty cool. I'm assuming that this is going to be like some cinematic shot of one of the maps that we'll be able to play through, and it looks awesome. There's a lot of detailing. You can see that especially when you look on the floor and so on, and even on the tubing next to the dead Cadian. It's pretty cool. Interestingly enough, do I notice a little bit of chaos corruption on the Cadian's lasgun? It kinda looks like it. Maybe this is a traitor guard instead.
Path. We are powerless against it. We call upon you now, in our darkest hour. O hunters of demons, strike down this corruption, for it is your duty.
Yeah, this is definitely an in-game map. That looks pretty cool. I wonder how big these maps are going to be, because I'm getting the impression that this is going to be kind of XCOM-y. So a big map might be not too good, but like a medium-sized map would be great. Something that you could move around through and maybe start looking towards different terrain pieces and so on. Okay, there's an obvious elephant in the room where every single developer that gets their hand on the Warhammer IP, yeah, they love Nurgle, though the Death Guard are cool, and it looks like they're going to have some interesting weapons too, so I'm quite excited to see what happens here. Hopefully we'll also be able to play the Death Guard, maybe in multiplayer, or it would be great in the future for a DLC, maybe? I don't know, because it looks like the focus is obviously on the Grey Knights. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it does look like cover is usable for protection and so on, so that's pretty cool. We can see a few Grey Knights there crouching, I believe. Now, I myself am pretty much a bit of a brute as a player, so I won't be using cover a lot, but it's nice to have the option. Okay, a few things. We've seen some NPCs vault over terrain, which is awesome, so that means that the terrain will be usable. But this is confusing. Does that Herald have fly eyes? I've never really seen that. I don't think the kit even has that. So that's awesome. Honestly, that looks really, really cool. Because, yeah, I don't honestly think I've seen a herald like this before. Right, I hope that isn't a part of a cinematic thing, because we've seen a Hellbrute smash his way through a wall. If walls are breakable by, say, monstrous creatures and stuff, that would be freaking incredible. I mean, that looks really, really cool. The way he's also strangling this Grey Knight is also awesome. I hope that's an in-game attack, because, damn, this is a really good shot. So this seems to be the campaign map, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we've got what? Different systems or different planets? The red icons, I'm assuming, is Chaos Corruption. So we have to go and purge different locations. It looks pretty cool. And we've got something there at the top that says, search active warp storms for a candidate world. I'm assuming to go and purge, or maybe set up a chapter house or something? I don't know. This is really, really curious. It seems to focus on some sort of time sense, because we're on day 42 here. There's a research that's going to take 3 days. I wonder if it's more like a simulation as time passes, or a turn which then moves into the next day. That would be interesting to find out. It looks like we also get to upgrade our ship, which is... I wonder if does this mean that we might have a space battle or something? It says that we have a number of servitors and so on for it. And interesting, you need a certain amount of servitors and a certain amount of time to be able to work on certain upgrades. This is pretty cool. I'm honestly really hyped for this. Alright, okay, so now we've got a research tree, which there's a ton of stuff locked. We need seeds. Okay, I'm assuming that's gene seed? It might be gene seed. I mean, look at that, right? We've got two very obvious Nurgle stuff, but one of them just feels like the upper ones. Does that not feel like Sinesh, Zinch, and Korn? I don't know. It's really, really curious. Obviously, I know nothing about this game, so I'm just watching this for the first time with you guys. Maybe they've got plans for the future, or maybe we might see some enemies from different Space Marine traitor legions, or maybe just some hints for the future. Who knows? I mean, this is really, really curious, and I do hope that we have to fight, like, say, for example, Bloodthirsters and Demonettes and so on. It would be cool, as Nurgle is obviously overused. I'm not complaining, because they look great so far from what we've seen, and honestly, they could always do DLC, or at least I'm hoping that they want to expand upon this and it's not just a one-off. But this looks great so far, so I'm not complaining. So we've seen a few of these classes when we see the Grey Knights themselves. They're customizable, it seems, with abilities, loadout, character, armaments, and so on. This is going to be really cool. It gives me this, like, XCOM style gameplay vibe. I hope this means that each individual Grey Knight will have loads of different options of weapons, armaments, and so on, because the army book itself does have quite a lot of different options. And like I said, Grey Knights are super cool. It'll be cool just to see, like, I'm kind of hoping, and I don't really expect it to be in the game, but could you imagine one of the Grey Knight Dread Knights or something? That would be absolutely awesome. Though, yeah, it's a bit too big. You know, one can hope. Okay, gameplay-wise, we haven't really had any confirmation as far as I'm aware, but it looks very much in a style very similar to that of XCOM, and I'm all for it. If it's something like that, I'm all cool. It's really interesting. There's lots of destructible terrain, it looks like, which is absolutely amazing, because a lot of those types of games don't really have a lot of destructible terrain, and it kind of kills the immersion, especially if you're having a really powerful Grey Knight in power armor smashing his way, or even, you know, like, say, for example, the Great Unclean one that we've seen, the Hellbrute, and so on. They need to be able to break terrain. So that's absolutely amazing. I am incredibly hyped up, you can probably tell. I just really can't wait to see more.
For centuries I have felt their coming, but they do not see the reckoning I have prepared for them.
I know people might say that this is a bit too cartoony for the Great Unclean One, and I would be inclined to agree, but this is pre-alpha, they said, so it's still probably a work in progress. It looks pretty cool though. Maybe a bit more slime and texture would be nice, but other than that, I think it looks absolutely awesome. Honestly, I'm really hyped up for this, and it looks like this is going to be an absolutely impressive game. Hopefully it won't be too long until we start getting more information regarding proper gameplay and so on, because they've shown off snippets and so on, but they haven't really explained what's going on, which, yeah, fair enough, it's pre-alpha, so they probably want to wait unless something radically changes and all that. Still, this is absolutely awesome. I'm really excited. This has got a lot of potential, and this is a great developer, so we should be expecting a good game. It's kind of nice because we need good Warhammer games, and maybe this might be one of those. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.